Hello people who cannot sit at home, thank you so much for being here. Today we're heading to Hamilton. So when I was doing research, I did not expect it to be this much fun, and I did not expect to enjoy Hamilton this much. So I think I have some really fun things for you to check out in Hamilton, and some of them are actually free. But not only that, I also want to show you a couple of restaurants that I think are really cool, so do not underestimate Hamilton's food scene. So without further talking, let's jump right into it. So over here we are heading towards Hamilton. It took us about an hour and like 15 minutes from Toronto. And the very first spot we actually pre-booked, you do need to pre-book this, is a Swimply, and this is an indoor pool. Now, by the way, if this is summertime for you right now, you can find a pool that's outdoors. It does not need to be indoor, because right now it's pretty cold. We need the indoor pool. So there's not a lot of indoor pools in the GTA area, but here is one of them, and that's why we wanted to check it out. This specific pool is fairly small. That's probably the main disadvantages of this pool, but overall we actually had a lot of fun. There was just the two of us, so it was perfect for us. Nice depth. It doesn't go too deep right away, so you have like your shallow area if you have the kids, and then it goes a bit deeper that you need to swim. It is a bit on the older side of the pool, but that didn't really bother us because it was really adorable. I love the windows, I love the skylight. It felt very, very nice. For the rental of it, you need to rent 2 hours at a time. They don't really let you rent for just 1 hour, but the 2 hours, it was about $90. It wasn't very expensive. So, and the area to hang out over there, like to chill out, was really amazing. It gave us time to kind of relax. We got some fruits and we just enjoyed our morning that way swimming. So over here, I'm just showing you the app. So Swimply is the app that lets you rent different pools. Be it outdoor pool, indoor pool. There's many places in the GTA that you can rent. The indoor, as I mentioned, there's only about 3 indoor pools, which is kind of not great, but it is what it is. It's essentially Airbnb for renting swimming pools, and usually you rent it for an hour, 2 hours, or a party, however long you need it to be. And another amazing thing about Swimply is that if you use my link, I'm going to link it down below, you're going to get the $50 off credit for your next booking. And I'm also going to get the $50 credit, which is so awesome. We both kind of win-win situation. So definitely check it out if you're interested in booking. And here's another Swimply pool, indoor pool, that we also recently checked out. Next spot in Hamilton you need to check out is Gage Park greenhouses. And over here we are just walking in. The parking is free, the entry is free. The only thing is sometimes this greenhouse is booked for like private events, very rarely. So if you want to make sure, go on their website, kind of just triple check that it's open, but usually it is. So what I love about it, I love everything about it. I think it's the best actually greenhouse in Ontario. It is renovated, so I think it was an old greenhouse, but then they kind of constructed that gorgeous, like taller greenhouse on top of it because it does look new. So I'm not sure of the history of it, but all of the trees are super tall, super beautiful, and I don't know, there's just something about the space of this greenhouse that I love. There's so many different palm trees and just unique flowers. You just need to read the little signage. They even have a fig tree. This is over here, a fig tree. They have a whole papaya tree over there. I could not believe that there's so many papayas. That's insane. And they also have 2 little ponds. One has fishies, and like over here, like a little bridge, very adorable. And the other side, it also has fishies, and before it used to have turtles, so I don't know, I don't think there were turtles this time, but very cool. And the other side also has like a bit of a waterfall. Amazing greenhouse. You have to go here if you're ever in Hamilton. Next up, we have the Cabinet of Curiosities. This is a unique store. Everything in here is for sale, but essentially this is sort of antique, I would say. But it also feels like some of these things are like maybe movie props, or it's just the way that they look. It is a bit on the, taxidermy side. It's a little, how do I say this? It's a little out there. There are definitely insane amount of curious objects. There is definitely a number of bones. It's more on the scary, creepy side. Like even for the little knickknacks you can get over there is just like worms, candy worms, and things like that, or owl puke. If you want a gag gift, you want to be here, or if you're a collector of unique items, you need to be here. But they also had cool kind of home decor pieces. So if you're looking for a very unique home decor piece, maybe this is for you as well. Next up, we went to Hamilton Antique Mall. This is an interesting place. It's huge, actually. There are 4 floors, so there's basement and 3 floors. In all honesty, the main floor did not impress me. I was looking forward to it. I've heard so many people talk about Hamilton Antique Mall. I don't know, there was something about the first floor that everything was kind of messy and everything was very, I don't know, didn't seem vintagey enough or loved enough. But when we went to the second floor, so yeah, the second floor was definitely more interesting. Just, I don't know how to explain it. There were just more interesting elements to me. They even had like a whole stand with cats. Somebody was really into cats. It was very cool because I love cats. So anyway, my suggestion to you is make sure to go on the second and third floor. Third floor also has some really cool creative people because I later on found them on Instagram. So make sure to check out, and in the basement as well. So for the next chunk of video, let's talk about food. We are over here at the Hamburger Crown Point. Over here is just, I'm showing you the menu, and I loved how they had the shakes on the bottle. Very creative. Overall, the ratings of this place were amazing, so we had to check it out. We were here for lunchtime, and here's my boyfriend Chicken Burger. He said that it was really good, and he knows his chicken burgers. But I got this popcorn with bacon bits. I've never had anything like this. I thought that was so cool. And this burger was like a burger of the week. It had like a smash burger together with tortilla chips. So anyway, here me eating the bacon off of the popcorn, and it had like different cheese on it and spices. It was so good. And here is the burger. I'm showing you how big, how actually huge that burger was. I barely could finish it, but oh my gosh, it was so good. The combination of all of the flavors, the arugula, the burger, the tortilla chips, I think it was some kind of feta cheese or something like that. So good, you have to go. Another place that I've been before, not on this trip, but I want to just tell you about it, is Dirty South. I've gotten their waffle chicken sandwich. It was amazing. Just want to show you a couple of things that they make. It's I think they have 2 locations in Hamilton. Very unique place, very nice people, very creative way that they approach as well. Over here is like a pulled pork burger. Definitely recommend. And one more place that I want to tell you about in Hamilton for food is Hutch's on the beach. So I've been there a very long time ago. I think we got something like fish and chips here and a shake. All I remember is that it was really good, but mainly I loved the look of it. This whole like vintagey, I don't know, this like vintagey feel of it, and it's right on Lake Ontario. Here's their famous milkshake. Anyway, I loved it. You do need to check those places out. So let's go back to the actual road trip. This over here, we actually stumbled kind of randomly upon the oldest Tim Hortons. I was surprised. I knew about it, but I was surprised to just kind of stumble upon it. So here's a picture of how it looked before. I loved that look. It was opened in 1964. So the main floor is just Tim Hortons, like regular Tim Hortons, but on the second floor they have a tiny little museum that is, it's actually not very tiny. It has all of the things you might want to have. So over here they have like a makeshift bakery from the first time that this opened, and I love how the donuts, I don't know if you can call them donuts, they look different. They definitely look different. And here is the actual museum. So they have a section dedicated to roll up the rim. I actually love roll up the rim. I wish it would come back. Remember how you actually had to roll it up and it was so hard to do and your hands would hurt? I miss that. You know, now it's all digital. You can still, of course, win, but it's not as fun, in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. Let me know if you miss roll up the rim. So yeah, the museum goes from the 70s to 80s to 90s to the current times. Here's one of the first uniforms that they had when the store opened, and I really loved how they actually had bonnets. That is so adorable. I love that in the early stages. But then of course the uniform evolved. And here's, I think this is the uniform of the future. I don't think this is the current uniform, but I think that's what they're aiming for. So yeah, very interesting museum, highly recommended, and free of charge. The next stop is another free thing to do is Art Gallery of Hamilton. The second floor is free. The main floor, I think they have like their new exhibits each time, so that you need to pay for. But the second floor is free, and that is where we are over here, checking out the artworks that they had. It was really beautiful collection, just different artists from they even have group of 7, kind of smaller room, but they did have a number of artworks. I want to say like maybe about 5 artworks of the group of 7, so definitely amazing that you can check that out pretty much for free when you visit Hamilton. By the way, the parking for the Art Gallery of Hamilton, there was a parking like an indoor in like in a basement next to it, so we parked there. It wasn't very expensive. I think it was something like $3. So yeah, continuing kind of exploring the Art Gallery of Hamilton. Interesting kind of items, very thought-provoking. We kept on chatting about what it means. But my favorite part was all of the miniatures they had. There is a whole description online if you want to check it out, so if you want to read about it. But yeah, it was fascinating, and I can't even understand how one person can do such intricate work. It was very, very fascinating to kind of look around, walk around, and definitely this was my favorite piece of the Art Gallery of Hamilton. And then we checked out the gift shop of the Art Gallery. They had a lot of really lovely items just from different craftsmen, and I loved how they had all of the paintings. You can kind of push out and select if you would like to buy a art piece. Definitely a great gallery that you need to check out once in Hamilton. I hope you enjoyed this video. If there are more cool things in Hamilton that you want me to check out, please write them down below. And of course, please subscribe, like, and share if you enjoy my videos, and I will see you next time.